That's the sign. We are recording. All right, let's get into to our space. So today we are doing our Empower class. So that is a Yin Yoga class. So if you're just joining in, you might want to grab some props. Blocks are really handy for this class. You might want to use a sturdy pillow. If you don't have blocks, you could always get a shoe box that's full of something, maybe a good sturdy Tupperware container. Whatever you use, you just want to make sure that your body weight can, lean into that block and that it's stable and it's sturdy. So as we get started, as we, come into the space, I'm just going to let you know a little bit about what Yin Yoga is and kind of the principles of Yin Yoga. So there's kind of 4 parts. The first part is the posture, and we get our body into the posture. We bring it to our edge so that the body feels sensation, and we kind of lean into that edge. Now, you don't want pain. You don't want a sharp shooting pain, nothing like that. But sensation in the body is good. That sensation means that you're going beyond the muscle and you're getting into the connective tissue. And that's really the intention of a Yin Yoga. So in other yogas like our Vinyasa and our strength class, and even Kundalini, we're using the muscle. Here we're getting deeper into the connective tissue. The second part is being still, holding the posture, being in the posture, feeling the sensations, and becoming aware of the mind and what the mind is doing as the body is feeling. And it may feel like it's under a little bit of stress. So watching what the mind does, raising our awareness to what the mind does while it's under that stress. The third component is time. So we will be holding each posture for 3 to 5 minutes. So you'll get in there, you'll get into the posture, you'll feel the sensation, playing with that edge. Then from there, you become still, using the props as you need and holding it for 3 to 4 minutes. And then the fourth aspect is the release. So you want to be really gentle with the body as you come out of the pose, because you were putting it under a level of stress through that time. So just being really gentle as you come out of the pose. So that kind of gives you an idea as to the principles and the practice of Yin Yoga. So it's time to get started, 7 a.m. So let's come into an easy seat wherever you are and close down your eyes and bring your gaze to your third eye point, which is in between the 2 eyebrows. Close down the eyes and start to focus on the breath. Really lengthen the spine toward the ceiling. Let your shoulders fall away from your ears and start to take some deep breaths. Breathe deep into the belly through the nose. And then exhale, let it go. Another deep inhale through the nose. Breathe into the belly, feel the lungs expand, fully expand, pause. Open mouth, exhale, breathe it out. Feel the body sink and soften with the exhale. Another deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, release. Activating your Ujjayi breath, inhales and exhales through the nose for the remainder of class. Being mindful of the breath and really lengthening and evening out the inhale and the exhale, and using the breath to draw you deeper into the body and into the pose. Closing down the eyes, taking a moment to tap in, set an intention for today's practice. What brought you to your mat? Though we may not be working up the sweat that we do sometimes, we're really getting deep into the body and into the mind. So that's why this is called Empower. We are empowering ourselves with our own energy through sensation and focused thought. So maybe that is your intention, to really stay focused through your practice. Maybe you really want to lean into your edge. Maybe you want to maintain a consistent breath. Maybe your intention, maybe you want to devote your practice to someone that you know needs a little bit of extra care, attention, and love. And you can send them that love and attention as you move through your practice, whatever your intention is. Take a deep inhale, fill your body. Imagine that intention is expanding within you with your breath. And then exhale, let it go, sigh it out, knowing, trusting, believing we'll accomplish that and so much more on our mat. Bring your right hand next to your right hip. Reach your left hand up overhead for a really nice side body stretch, starting to open up the side body. Then bringing your left hand to your left hip and your right hand comes up overhead. You can roll that right shoulder open, bringing your gaze high, really feeling that in the side body. Let's do one more time on each side. Right hand next to right hip, left hand comes up overhead. Bring your gaze high, open up that chest, really reach with those fingertips. Feel that stretch from your hips all the way through your fingertips. Bring the left hand down and the right hand comes back up overhead. And through center, we're just going to warm up the body a little bit. So we're going to do those, the cat-cows. We've done them every day this week because I am a firm believer in the cat-cow. So making sure that your shoulders are stacked over your wrists and your knees are under your hips. Then you're going to inhale as you arch your spine, lifting your gaze, broadening through your chest. Exhale as you round your spine, sinking your hips forward, letting your head hang heavy. Inhaling back into your cow pose, gaze comes high. Exhaling into your cat pose, rounding the spine. Inhaling back into cow. Exhaling into cat. Let's do one more time on your own breath, linking your breath to your movement. Coming through neutral. Bringing your big toes to touch, knees come out wide. Sink your hips down towards your heels. As you sink your fingers forward, let your chest fall between your thighs, forehead rests down on the mat. Become aware of the elongation of the spine. Really reach the fingertips forward. Open up the hands from one another, continuing to let that forehead rest. Feeling that activation in the shoulders. Continuing with the long, deep breaths. Inhales and exhales through the nose. This is our first pose. So we're coming into the still portion of the practice. Focusing on the breath, noticing the mind, noticing where the mind goes. Deep inhales and exhales through the nose. With each exhale, breathe tension out of the body and let the body sink deeper into the pose. Feel the body expand with the breath. Really feel the expansion of the inhale, and then feel the release of the exhale. We're tapping into our body awareness here. Let your attention go internally. If your mind starts to wander, simply acknowledge the thought and bring your attention and awareness back to your breath, back into your body, back into the present space, allowing yourself to be here and now. Yin Yoga allows us to tap into the wisdom of the body through our stillness and through the sensation that's created and that energy that's activated in the body, getting into those deep connective tissues. There's energy in there. There's knowledge, allowing that knowledge to bubble to the surface. All right, here comes the fourth part, the release. So from your child's pose, start to gently press yourself up into all fours. Take a little bit of organic movement. Maybe it feels good to bend into the side body, bringing your gaze over your right shoulder, then over your left shoulder. Taking any movements that feel good in the body. Next, we're going to come into dragon. So we'll start on our right side. So I'm going to switch sides. So let's start by extending the right leg out long and then stepping it up on the outside of your right hand. I should have stayed the other way. That's funny. I'll switch again. Don't switch. So the right leg is forward, left leg is back. Right leg is on the outside of your right shoulder. Now you can stay right here lifted, or you can lower down onto your forearms. It's okay if your knee comes out a little bit. We're really getting into the stretch here. Now again, we're going to come into that stillness. I am watching the time, so we'll make sure that we even out both sides of the body. You can close down your eyes and just really focus on your breath. Knowing that you can stay lifted. Really feeling this in the inner hip. Focus on the breath. Feel the expansion of the inhale and the release of the exhale. Getting into those deep connective tissues. Bringing your awareness to your breath. Inhales and exhales through the nose. This might be a very intense posture for you. And that's okay, you know, notice where the mind goes when it's challenged. Don't shy away from that. Bring that mental awareness into your practice, into your life. focusing on the breath. Almost there. Now again, nice and slow, bring that right leg back, extend it out long. That's kind of our release. And then release it down. So we're going to switch sides. You stay facing the way that you stay facing. I'm going to turn around so that you can see the active side of the body. So bring that left foot, extend out long, and then bring the left foot on the outside of the left hand. And again, your chest can stay lifted or you can lower down onto your forearms depending on your flexibility and how available this pose is to you. I'm just going to grab my timer because I want to make sure that we do the same on one side as we do on the other. Close down your eyes. Focus on your breath. If you need to take micro movements, please do. But even if you do, make sure you come back to that stillness. Focusing on the breath. Observing the mind. What comes up through your practice? What do you feel? What do you think? Just being present to your own mind. It can be really challenging. You can choose your thoughts, choosing positive and encouraging thoughts. You can bring your mind to your intention, to your focus, your drishti, as they would say in Sanskrit. That's not only your external focal point, but also your internal focal point. Make sure you make this accessible to yourself. So if you need a block, we're working into the postures. We're almost there. And again, be really gentle as you exit, shifting your weight back. Lift and extend the left leg long and release it down to the mat. So good. Being really gentle with the body here. Coming into butterfly pose. So soles of the feet come together. Now, if you do have blocks, you can place your blocks underneath your knees if that calls to you, or you can, if you're like this, you can have your elbows on the insides of your knees. You can also wrap your hands around your feet. Really ground down into your sitting bones and lengthen your crown toward the sky. Take a deep inhale and exhale as you fold forward. Now, wherever you are in this forward fold, so maybe you bring your forearms down, maybe it feels good to have your hands clasped around your legs, maybe you're lifted, like this is okay too. But what I want you to do wherever you are is close down the eyes. Close down the eyes and really go inside, into your mind, into your heart, into your being. start a dialogue with that inner self. Whether you believe it's your spirit or your soul or your heart, creating the space for you to communicate. Noticing how the challenge physically on the body, because this could be a pretty high sensation posture for some, noticing how the body really brings our attention to it. You know, that's what pain is. These are our sensory receptors. It's telling us, you know, I feel this, I really feel this. And notice where your mind, how that distracts your mind. And see if even if your body is experiencing sensation, if you can bring your mind to that calm centered space and focus your thought and focus your breath, maintaining those evenly length inhales and exhales. Noticing where you go as you become still, where you go as your body is challenged. And know that wherever you are, wherever your body is, wherever your edge is okay. This is all about practice. This is all about getting into the body and working with the body, even with resistance. You know, body resistance training is used to build muscle, to build strength, even flexibility. How would you know the level of your flexibility if the body didn't feel these sensations? So just let yourself be wherever you are in your body. Feel the sensation. Be okay with the stillness. Slowly start to lift your torso up. And we're going to come into an easy seat. So release your legs out long. Again, always being gentle. Let that release be a part of the practice. And know that your body knows what to ask for. So if it feels good to, you know, take some wiggles and some movements, honor that. Really create the space for the body to let you know what it needs. Our next pose is a forward fold. So we're going to ground down into our sitting bones. We're going to lengthen through our spine, and then we're going to fold forward. Now, maybe you're all the way down. Maybe you're just really gently forward. Maybe you want to use one of your blocks, placing it on your leg, and letting your body lean forward, resting on the block. No, all of that is okay. You want to be feeling this in the back sides of the legs, the hips. Maybe it feels good to extend up and then really reach past the toes, lengthening the crown to the toes or bringing the forehead down. Bringing your attention and awareness to your breath, turning that attention and awareness internally. Again, allowing yourself to be aware of the mind, allowing yourself to connect to the heart. Continuing to forward fold. Finding stillness in the body. Maintaining the breath. Slowly start to rise up and come all the way down onto your back. Being really gentle with that lower back. Rocking your hips to the right and the left as you come down. Now we are going to bend into our left foot. Bring our right leg across our left knee like you're crossing your legs. And then we're going to start by lowering our knees to the left. So this isn't quite full expression supine twist. This is actually called twisted root, which I really love the imagery of that because I see our feet and our legs as our roots, as what ground us to the earth. And so twisting that up and then using your breath to relax into that edge, wherever your edge is. And using the breath to release tension in the body. Like you don't want to be all tense in your torso, in your shoulders, in your face, in your neck. Using the exhale to breathe the tension out of the body. Allowing you to sink into the mat. Continuing full body breaths. Observing the mind. Turning your attention internally. Noticing the rise and fall of the breath. Let's shift our legs back through center. Take a moment to square your hips. Right leg comes up and down to the mat. Then lift your left leg up, cross it over top, and let your legs fall to the right hand side. Shoulders stay planted. Close down your eyes, really twisting through your torso. One thing that I love about twists is it's very, very supportive and helpful to the digestive system. So it helps to move everything along in the large and small intestine. So creating very healthy, regular habits. Wink, wink, if you know what I mean. I can't believe I just said that. Bring your attention back to your breath. Inhales and exhales. Turning your attention internally. Just watching the time to make sure we do equal amounts of time on both sides. All right, let's bring our legs back through center and release them out long, squaring your hips down into the mat, opening your palms up to the ceiling, really letting your body rest and relax into the mat, closing down the eyes and focusing on the breath. Deep inhales and exhales through the nose. Really releasing all the tension in the body. Deep inhales and exhales through the nose. Letting the body rest and relax. Being here as you are and being aware of everything, your emotions, your thoughts, your strength, your fears, and your dreams. It's all happening at this moment. And that's such a relief because it allows you to lay down the past, set aside the future, and truly be alive in the here and the now. That way of living is intentional. It takes work, effort, learning, and a willingness to grow. But the results are a life filled with moments that are more fulfilling. It's real human stuff happening right now. Don't skip over it waiting on what's next. To me, the practice of yoga allows us to be fully present in the here and now. So thank you for taking the time to create that space in your life, to create the space to connect to your mind, to connect to your heart, and to connect to your body. It has been an amazing week this first week, sharing this practice with everyone. I don't even know how to express how happy I am to be doing this. So thank you all so much for being here. Start to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, bring some awareness and energy into the body. I hope that this practice empowers you to take on Friday and have an amazing day. I'm excited to see you Monday for Energize. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic weekend. Bye, everybody. The light in me sees, honors, reflects, and encourages the light in you. Namaste. Hi. Hi.